In this lesson, we are going to learn creating index and conditional columns and also going to learn how to filter the data in Power Query Editor. First, let's start with creating index column. Typically, we are going to create the index column whenever there is no primary key in the data set. In order to create the index column, we have to go to Add Column menu. From there, we have to create the index column. While creating the index column, we will have many options to configure index starting from either 0 or 1. In this case, let's start the index from 1. And then we can also configure the increment, where we want to increment each row by 1 or something else. In our case, we are incrementing the row by 1. But if you want to increment by 10, you can do so. After creating the index column, if you want to move the index column to the left, you can drag and drop it. Or else there is another way to do the same task. Select the index column, right click, and then move to the beginning. Next, we are going to look into creating conditional column. Typically, we create conditional columns to enrich the existing data or create new columns that doesn't exist in the data set. For example, in this data set, we have sales price, cost price, and total units. But we don't have the information like whether each line is profitable or loss. In order to create new conditional column, for that, go to Add Column menu, create new conditional column. In this case, we are going to create a new column to denote whether each line is profitable or loss. The column name is going to be profit or loss. And now we are going to write if-else kind of statement. If sales price greater than or equal to a column cost price, then it is a profitable transaction. Else, it's a loss transaction. Now we have created additional column profit or loss. Set the data type to a text. Now let's look into filtering data. For that, we are going to use the category column. Let's filter categories in this file. It seems there are about 10 categories in this file. If you want to filter the data or records with a certain category, you can select that category. In this case, we are selecting home category and filtering all the records related to home category. Or if you want to filter the categories where they are starting with either H or something else, you can do so. For that, we need to set the text filters begins with H. Filtering data in Power Query is exactly same as filtering data in Excel. That's all about creating index conditional columns and filtering data in Power Query. Thank you.